Good morning. So we go to chapter 27, characteristics of aggregate demand. We've talked about demand already. We know demand, the quantity of goods and services individuals are willing to buy at a given price and time. That is demand. But here we're not talking about just individuals here. We're talking about the total demand within the economy. So that means our total national expenditure. That's what we call aggregate demand. So look at what I wrote here. Aggregate demand is the total demands or expenditures in the economy at a given price. So that means there's a given price level. And with this price level, we are able to buy, we are able to spend. All of us, everyone was able to spend. That is what we call aggregate demand. So therefore, the national expenditure of a country can be measured using the national income. We have our national income, which is part of our GDP. So to measure our national income, we can use our national expenditure to measure our national income. So here I wrote, for the national expenditure, which is the national income, which is the GDP, stop writing please, which is the GDP. When we have to measure it, part of our GDP is our national expenditure, our spending, which is aggregate demand within the economy. So these are the components of aggregate demand. The first one is consumption. When we talk about consumption, we're talking about spending on capital or consumer goods. What I have to buy, what I have to buy, what I have to consume, what you have to consume. That is consumption. It is part of our national expenditure. That's individual level. Then we have investment. When we talk about investment, we're talking about firms, businesses, companies, what they spend on. They don't spend on capital, consumer goods, rather they spend on capital goods. Here, for consumers, for our consumption, we spend on consumer goods. We buy for consumption. That is consumption. But for firms, they don't buy for consumption. They buy because they want to invest. They want to produce goods or services. So investment is called capital expenditure. That means spending on goods and services that will be used to produce other goods. Then the third one is government spending. When we talk about government spending, we're talking about government expenses, government finances on maybe wages and salaries of government workers or infrastructure. Government also spend. So, but their spending is about the welfare of the citizens. So they spend on maybe salaries of their workers, government workers, infrastructure like street lighting, like road, bridges. Government spend on those things too. They are part of our national expenditure. And the last one is our net export, which is the difference between our exports and imports. I think we know what export is. Our buying, what we spend on export is what we sell to foreign customers, and import is what we buy from foreign businesses. So the difference between what we are selling out to foreign customers and what we are buying from foreign businesses is our net export, which is X minus N. So the aggregate demand of a country or of a nation, of an economy, comprises of these components, which is consumption, investment, government spending, and net export. This is net export, X minus N. G stands for government spending, which is maybe government spending on wages or salary, government spending on infrastructure. Investment, this is spending on capital goods. This is for firms. And consumption, these are our own spending, what we buy, our clothing, our wristwatch, and whatever we buy. So all these are part of our spending of the nation, or spending of the economy, or the national expenditure. So this makes up our aggregate demand. So in the next class, we're going to talk about aggregate demand curve. Thank you. So you can write.